All right, we're gonna sew our curves together. I wanted to just start with a few tips. One is this thing helped me a lot when I was first learning curves. It's called that Purple Thang, or like a stiletto, and you can use it to hold the end of the fabric so you don't sew your finger. Two is if your presser foot is kind of warping it, you might want to look and see if you have a pressure, something to make the pressure lighter of your presser foot, or two is to use a walking foot. If that's an option. If you are having a lot of issues with curves, you can also do starch. I've sewn a decent amount now with all these tests, and I still get these warps and stuff. And so it's just a fun project. Don't stress too much if it's not perfect. It gets easier the further you go out and the more you do curves. Kind of the smallest ones are the hardest. So here's piece A, here's piece B. You're gonna fold them in half. This is for the half rainbows. If you're doing the full rainbows, I'll show you those in just a minute. But it's the same idea. So you fold, you're gonna lay it out like how you want it to look, and then you fold right sides together. You're gonna match up those center marks. And then you're gonna make these corners match up, and then we'll sew them. Okay, so you're gonna keep the edges together. If you want, you can throw a pin in there to just keep them lined up. Pull your threads out of the way. If you have a needle down button, I really like that for curves. If you don't, I would use your wheel and put it down. Okay, and then your goal is just to keep these edges lined up, and then keep the, like any wrinkles you want to keep out of the 1/4 inch line. So they can be on this side and that's fine, or this side and that's fine, but keep them out of the way for the needle. And the smaller curves are the hardest ones. So if you do the first one or two and you think this is so hard, I can't do it, just keep going and it will get so much easier just because of the size. So we're on that. And I like to just kind of move this over so it's more of a straight line to sew. And then you want to match that end corner up and then keep the top there. And so if you're getting like this, you can just lift up your presser foot and kind of smooth it out. So again, I kind of mushed it too far over, so you just smooth it out. And then this is where I like this thing, is it can be your finger, but it can go in the line of danger. Okay. So you'll have something like this. And in the pattern, I say to iron these in, but I'm starting to find that I like how it looks better if you fold them out. You can do whatever, just do the same thing. So after every line, you want to press it after every curve. So I'll go show you what it looks like. Okay, so I just pressed it. You can see it looks great. You want to keep your 1/4 inch as consistent as you can between this and then the lower stripes so that they match up. But other than that, it's okay if things get a little bit off here and there. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do the half circles with curves. It's the same thing. You want to fold it in half and then do another fold. So you have these 4ths that it's divided up into. And you can just do a finger press. Same thing with this. You can either fold them up to the half line and press it, or you can fold it in half and in half again, whatever you want. Okay, so they're folded, and then you're gonna take it, place it how it's supposed to look, or how it's gonna look, and then you flip it so it's right sides together. You're gonna put a pin on the middle crease. And then on this one, I put a pin on the 4ths and also a pin on the beginning, just because it's a little bit harder to keep track of a half circle. Okay, so I pinned the beginning, pin the force, and I'm actually short a pin. I don't know where I put my pins, but I would pin there too. And then I'll show you what it looks like when you're sewing it. So there's that. They get easier as you go out. So if you're doing the first one and it didn't look like that, that's normal. I did this first one on video and it took 4 minutes and I'm like, that's like watching paint dry. So we did one of the longer ones. And then make sure you iron after each step. It'll just make your life a lot easier. Anyway, that's curves. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any comments or you can email me.